How wisely and well the skilled man orders his evenings and his days. Marcus Aurelius. Evenings were when the great Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, practiced principles of Stoic philosophy to cultivate inner peace and wisdom. Discover how adapting ancient Stoic practices into mindful nightly rituals reduces stress, builds self-knowledge, and steadies us on the path of self-mastery, just as it did for Marcus Aurelius centuries ago. Join me as we explore how Marcus Aurelius structured his nights to care for body, mind, and soul amidst turbulent times. These timeless lessons and practical wisdom remain profoundly relevant in our modern era of anxiety and distraction. A peaceful evening routine awaits. Let's begin. Marcus Aurelius firmly believed in the power of withdrawing inward and retreating into oneself for renewal. In the evenings, he would purposefully disconnect from the outside world in order to find calm within his own mind. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is in your power whenever you choose to retire into yourself, for there is no retreat that is quieter or freer from trouble than a man's own soul." He saw immense value in blocking out external stimuli and distractions in order to reconnect with his inner tranquility. Fast forward to today, and our evenings are often filled with a constant influx of external stimuli. We are glued to our phones, laptops, and TV screens, painfully aware of notifications and alerts, constantly competing for our attention. By the time we get home from work or other commitments, our minds are overloaded, trying to process everything we've taken in throughout the busy day. Marcus Aurelius would likely advise us to take back control of our evenings. This means being more mindful of when and how we engage with technology and conscious about limiting stimuli like social media, news, videos, and games. Instead, we should set aside time for activities that help us disconnect from the outside world and focus inward. Simple practices like meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or journaling can help clear our minds and tune into our inner selves, just as Marcus Aurelius retreated into his soul. By eliminating outside stimuli, we create space to renew from within. Our modern lives are filled to the brim with external stimuli that overload our senses and compete for our attention. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded with input, alarm clocks blaring, phones chiming with notifications, radios blasting, commutes filled with billboards and traffic. At work, a constant stream of emails, messages, meetings, and interruptions prevents us from focusing deeply on anything. The same is true when we get home. Families, pets, chores all clamor for attention. And throughout it all, our devices are constantly pinging our social media feeds, endless scrolling, each alert and notification pulling us out of the present moment. Unlike in Marcus Aurelius' time, we now have an entire world's worth of information and entertainment available at our fingertips, 24/7. The sheer amount of potential stimuli is astronomical compared to centuries past. From streaming shows to doom-scrolling news to gaming and shopping online, entertainment disguised as downtime dominates our evenings. But all these activities involve absorbing more external input, not retreating inward. The constant influx of stimuli keeps our brains buzzing, unable to deeply rest or reconnect with our inner selves. No wonder so many of us feel mentally exhausted yet wired at bedtime. Our minds desperately need relief from the bombardment of technology and modern life. We require techniques to retreat within, recover clarity, and return to our center. One powerful yet simple strategy is to consciously unplug from devices and external stimuli at the end of each day. Setting a consistent cutoff time for phone, TV, computer, and tablet use in the evening can work wonders. We can then look to practices like meditation to retreat inward, just as Marcus Aurelius withdrew into his soul in the evenings. Consider setting aside 5 to 10 minutes before bed for meditation. This could be a simple breathing meditation where you sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on the sensation of your breath. Or try a body scan meditation where you systematically bring awareness to different parts of your body. Apps like Calm provide great guided meditations for both beginners and experienced practitioners. The benefits of ending your day with meditation are immense. It allows your mind to settle after a long day of activity and input. It brings you into the present moment rather than dwelling on the past or future. It reduces stress and anxiety, and it connects you with your inner wisdom that often gets crowded out by external demands. Make meditation the ritual that transitions you from your busy outer life to restful inner retreat. Marcus Aurelius had a profound understanding of the deep connection between the health of the body and the health of the mind. He firmly believed that cultivating mental and spiritual well-being required nurturing physical vitality as well. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the necessity of keeping the body strong and active in order to support inner growth. He claimed it is a disgrace for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. For Marcus Aurelius, consistent exercise was a critical practice on the Stoic path of self-mastery. He saw training the physical form as integral to developing virtues like discipline, moderation, perseverance, and resilience. The cultivation of wisdom and character depended on the health of the vessel that carried them. So Marcus Aurelius made time each day for simple physical exercises to maintain his bodily well-being. Whether taking brisk walks outdoors, riding horseback, or engaging in strength training, he prioritized movement and activity. A sound mind and a sound body, robust in equal measure, reinforced each other. Let us follow the Stoic leader's example. Let us honor the wise interdependence of our mental, emotional, and physical selves with care for our whole being. And let our bodies move joyfully each day, that our minds may shine ever brighter. It's important to note that exercise provides immense benefits for both our physical and mental health. On a physical level, exercise improves cardiovascular function, lowers blood pressure, builds strength, increases flexibility, and boosts energy. But the mental and emotional benefits of exercise are just as significant. Exercise releases endorphins, chemicals that elevate mood and provide a sense of euphoria. It reduces stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression. It enhances self-esteem and promotes restful sleep. Exercise also sharpens focus and concentration. Additionally, sticking to a regular exercise routine instills discipline and commitment to self-care. Pushing past challenges and discomfort builds tenacity and resilience. Setting physical goals gives a sense of purpose and achievement. So we see exercise aids both body and mind, just as Marcus Aurelius knew. Let us tend to both by moving our bodies consistently. Physical vitality and mental vibrancy depend on and bolster each other. One simple yet powerful way to incorporate evening exercise is to take a brisk walk outside. The fresh air and change of environment can help clear away the mental fog that accumulates after a long day indoors. Walking at dusk also allows us to appreciate the beauty of the sunset, the emerging stars, and the world transitioning between day and night. Being immersed in nature, even briefly, effortlessly quiets racing thoughts and brings soothing perspective. The rhythm of walking creates mental space for reflection and gratitude. Movement releases tension from the body, while beauty feeds the soul. An evening constitutional nurtures wholeness within. So let us frequently take Marcus Aurelius's lead and step outside for restorative evening walks. As we place one foot steadily in front of the other, insights arise and worries fade. Our minds clear as the darkening sky, ready for meaningful reflection or tranquil rest. Marcus Aurelius was a diligent proponent of the practice of daily reflection or examination of one's actions and experiences. In the quiet of the evenings, he would set aside time to systematically review the events and choices of his day in order to gain greater self-awareness and wisdom. The Stoic leader saw tremendous value in making this evening routine of recalling then dissecting each aspect of his day a habit. He believed that by carefully replaying his waking hours each night, he could extract important lessons to guide his future conduct. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the power of this type of introspective practice, stating nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under thy observation in life. For Marcus Aurelius, this meant taking time in the evening to methodically recall everything he did, every interaction he had, every emotion he felt, and every decision he made since waking that day. He would reflect on what led to failures or conflicts, as well as what drove his successes. Without judgment, he strove to objectively observe the daily workings of his mind and behavior. This disciplined routine enabled Marcus Aurelius to continuously improve himself by learning from his mistakes and reinforcing effective habits. Reviewing the day's events and choices prepared him to make wiser decisions tomorrow. Modern research has validated the benefits of this kind of reflective practice that Marcus Aurelius favored, taking just a few minutes at night to review the day's experiences. Interactions, challenges, and accomplishments has been shown to enhance learning, improve memory retention, build self-knowledge, and promote better choices. The process of systematically re-examining your waking hours helps reinforce learning and cement insight. Recalling details yields new connections and understandings. Feelings and responses can be processed with greater clarity. We can adopt Marcus Aurelius's habit by finding a quiet moment in the evening to review our own day compassionately. Consider writing in a journal to process thoughts and emotions, as Marcus would. Reflect on decisions made, conflicts handled, priorities followed, and progress achieved. Be neither judgmental nor congratulatory, simply observant. This mindful replaying of the day prepares us for rest, as well as personal growth. When we make evening self-examination a ritual, we sleep better with the day's accounts settled, and we walk forward wiser, with expanded self-awareness to inform tomorrow's choices before they arise. We can adopt Marcus Aurelius's habit by finding a quiet moment in the evening to review our own day with care and mindfulness. Consider setting aside 10-15 minutes before bed for this practice. Find a comfortable place to sit or lay down undisturbed. You may choose to write in a journal to help process your thoughts and emotions. Start by systematically replaying your day from the beginning. Walk through your morning routine, commute, work activities, conversations, challenges, and accomplishments. Recall as much detail as possible. Attempt to simply observe without judging your behaviors, choices, or how you felt. Reflect on the decisions you made, conflicts you handled, priorities you followed, and progress you achieved. Consider what led to frustrations versus what drove successes. Examine your emotional responses and their triggers. Look for experiences you can learn and grow from without self-criticism. Instead, approach your choices with curiosity and compassion. Consider how you might decide or act differently when faced with similar situations again. Identify blind spots or patterns to be aware of. End your review by noting 2 things you did well today and are proud of. This helps balance self-reflection with self-appreciation. Gratitude for moments of integrity, courage, or compassion counteracts perfectionistic tendencies. This mindful replaying of the day prepares us for rest as well as personal growth. When we make evening self-examination a ritual, we sleep better with the day's accounts settled, and we walk forward wiser with expanded self-awareness to inform tomorrow's choices before they arise. A central practice of Stoic philosophy that Marcus Aurelius embraced was contemplating one's inner sage, an exemplar of wisdom, integrity, and virtue that serves as an ideal to strive towards. In the evenings, Aurelius would dedicate time to reflecting deeply on this inner sage and considering whether his own daily actions and behaviors aligned with those of his role model. He would ask himself questions such as, what would my sage do in this situation? And use the envisioned responses to guide his conduct going forward. This practice of conjuring one's inner sage or inner ideal enabled self-examination through the lens of someone Marcus Aurelius considered profoundly wise, rather than through the biased lens of the ego. By tapping into this guiding light each night, he was able to orient his life toward virtue and growth. We too can adopt this Stoic exercise that Marcus Aurelius practiced. Set aside a few minutes each evening to invoke the presence of someone you consider profoundly wise. This could be a historical figure, philosopher, or even a fictional sage that embodies an ideal. Imagine you have the chance to review your full day with your sage and ask for their perspective. What feedback or advice might they give? Did any of your thoughts, words, or actions align with their principles? In what moments might you have acted differently if guided by their wisdom? Let this regular check in with your inner sage. Realign your compass if you've veered off course. Let their wise words temper unhealthy emotions or point out blind spots. And let the vision of their virtues reaffirm your highest values so you can weave them into daily life. By contemplating our inner sage before bed, we gain a broader lens for self-reflection, moving beyond our limited ego vision. Their wisdom lights the path we choose to follow into each new day. A key evening practice that Marcus Aurelius engaged in was adopting what he called a view from above, meaning he would contemplate his life and circumstances from the highest, most expansive perspective. He would consciously zoom out his lens and reflect on his experiences, not just as an individual human with particular challenges or emotions, but as part of the entirety of existence itself. As he wrote, "Consider the whole universe and the whole of time, and the destiny of all." From this cosmic philosophical vantage point, Aurelius could see his personal worries and frustrations shrink to infinitesimal proportion. None of his anxieties could withstand this universal view that diminished all egocentric concerns. By extending his evening reflection to the largest possible scale, taking in the vastness of space and time, Marcus Aurelius gained a higher perspective that brought profound clarity and equanimity. Life's stressors seemed transient and insignificant through this expansive lens. Adopting this view from above enabled Marcus Aurelius to approach his experiences with wisdom, unclouded by temporary aversions or desires. He embraced life and being fully present to each moment, aligned with nature's rhythms. A higher perspective dissolved pettiness and revealed transcendent truths. The Roman emperor exemplified how a touch of cosmic awe inspires humility and tranquility. Our earthly problems pale when viewed beside the infinity of the galaxies. We rest in our small but integral place in the universe's unfolding. We too can follow Marcus Aurelius's practice by taking time in the evenings to extend our perspective beyond the personal. Set aside a few minutes to contemplate the vastness of the universe and the brevity of human life within it. Consider the billions who came before you and the billions who will come after. Recall figures throughout history who faced unimaginable adversity. Reflect on the enormity of the cosmos, of which you are but an atom. Allow this higher vantage point to infuse a sense of existential awe that makes daily worries seem trivial. Let it inspire gratitude for being part of something infinitely greater than one individual experience. Feel your connection to past, present, and future. Adopting this philosophical view from above can provide much-needed perspective when we get caught in obsessive thinking. It lifts us out of our limited personal narrative into the realm of universal truths. Problems shrink or dissolve in the face of expansive eternity. When we make time to access this higher perspective, we realign with what truly matters. The stresses of work, relationships, finances, and other earthly concerns become less significant alongside the miracle of existence. Choose to regularly view life through this cosmic lens. When anxious or upset, pause to extend your vision to the furthest reaches imaginable. Feel insignificant and liberated before the vastness of space and time. Then bring this sense of expansiveness back to Earth with you. Move through your days with a touch of the eternal perspective within. See people and problems with compassion. Act with humility. This is the view from above, where wisdom waits. As Marcus Aurelius knew, our human perspective is limited, but can be illuminated. By consciously seeking a higher vantage point in the quiet of evening, we distinguish what is transitory from what is enduring. We rediscover our place in the universe's grand weaving. The practices we covered, withdrawing from stimuli, exercising the body, reviewing the day, invoking our inner sage, embracing a higher perspective, comprise a holistic approach to self-care that stands the test of time. While details of Marcus Aurelius's routine reflect his ancient cultural context, the core principles and benefits remain powerfully relevant. If anything, consciously adapting such practices to suit our modern lives is more vital than ever in our age of constant distraction and business. By thoughtfully shaping these ancient Stoic reflections and rituals into evening routines that serve us now, we can reduce stress, gain self-awareness, align with our values, and walk steadily on the path of wisdom, just as Marcus Aurelius did. I hope you feel inspired to make space for more mindfulness, contemplation, and growth in the hours before bed. Your soul longs for this sacred time to just be. You deserve rest as well as inner renewal. Until next time, be well, reflect often, and keep seeking the eternal wisdom that guides us all.